Movie apparently is not very good. I haven't seen it yet. I would be shocked if it were. Again, the star, Rachel Zegler, is unbelievably charmless in public. Studios really need to go back to what they originally did, which was tell your stars to shut up and not say things, because no one is paying to hear your star say offensive things off the screen.
So this point has been made, but this truly is the worst casting maybe in the history of the film industry.
The reason we had Rachel Zegler on the docket is she's an asshole.
Breaking updates, very important. Snow White, there's been an enormous amount of controversy surrounding Snow White, obviously.
When Ben Shapiro announced that Sydney Sweeney would star in a brand new Snow White production, it completely rocked the entertainment industry. Yes, you read correctly. Instead of just hinting, he is outright providing what he refers to as a confirmation. With such assertions, fans are attacking Rachel Zegler for her involvement in the recent Snow White fiasco, which essentially failed at the box office, and they are tired.
Now, I'm guessing that she's not married. I'm guessing that she doesn't have kids. The movie is a complete disaster, by the way.
Have they ever thought about maybe like a little bit of vulnerability study, opposition research, that sort of thing, before you go and hire some Zoomer who's a lunatic?
I think this girl does not deserve a feature-length film.
You want to trash that legacy? That company that now Disney has screwed up the last 5 years trying to please a small percentage of minorities in America? Yeah, we're sick of it. So the more you do this, Disney, Iger, Ziegler, whatever her name is, yes, this is exactly the backlash you're going to get from parents who have kids who are your customers. You're supposed to win parents over. You're talking to kids, the parents pay for the tickets. You have to be a dummy as a marketer. If I'm Bob Iger, you know what we're doing? Emergency meeting. We're putting Snow White on hold for 2 years, and guess what? Pay her a couple $1,000,000, go away. We're going to bring another person to play this role because you just screwed this thing.
Hollywood is in disarray right now, and we're going to delve right into the most astounding and eyebrow-raising discoveries you'll hear all day.
Dump on half of the country, everyone who voted for Trump.
But you are not entitled to call for Trump supporters to be harmed. Like, you are actually not entitled to do that. And so let me just remind you, Rachel Zegler, of what the map looks like, just so you can understand when your Disney movie is coming out, how many people you are wishing harm upon. Like, this is America right now. I will love you through these 4 years as best I can. F Donald Trump. Yeah, totally stable thing for her to be posting, wishing harm upon Trump voters, wishing that we have no peace.
President Rachel Zegler also posted, F Trump kinds of posts on social media. She also said that she hoped that Trump supporters, quote, never know peace.
The original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. Weird. We have a different approach to what I'm sure a lot of people will assume is a love story, just because, we cast a guy in the movie. Andrew Burnap, great dude. All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood.
Rachel Zegler seemed to be on a high when she first made waves in Hollywood, but the glory didn't last long. She made quite a scene openly criticizing the timeless narrative of Disney's original Snow White, calling certain elements outdated. Let's examine exactly how it all went wrong for Rachel and why everyone is obsessed with Sydney coming to her rescue.
Dump on half of the country, everyone who voted for Trump.
But you are not entitled to call for Trump supporters to be harmed. Like, you are actually not entitled to do that. And so let me just remind you, Rachel Zegler, of what the map looks like, just so you can understand when your Disney movie is coming out, how many people you are wishing harm upon. Like, this is America right now. I will love you through these 4 years as best I can. F Donald Trump. Yeah, totally stable thing for her to be posting, wishing harm upon Trump voters, wishing that we have no peace.
President Rachel Zegler also posted, F Trump kinds of posts on social media. She also said that she hoped that Trump supporters, quote, never know peace.
The original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. Weird. We have a different approach to what I'm sure a lot of people will assume is a love story, just because, we cast a guy in the movie. Andrew Burnap, great dude. All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood.
No peace.
President Rachel Zegler also posted, F Trump kinds of posts on social media. She also said that she hoped that Trump supporters, quote, never know peace.
The original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. Weird. We have a different approach to what I'm sure a lot of people will assume is a love story, just because, we cast a guy in the movie. Andrew Burnap, great dude. All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood.
However, her behavior infuriated ardent Disney fans, who said that rather than updating a treasured fairy tale, she disregarded it. When the new live-action film failed miserably at the box office, viewers transformed their skepticism into outright rage. Every discussion centers on the alleged Snow White box office meltdown, with people saturating social media with critical comments about Rachel's performance and how her contemptuous remarks regarding the original plotline directly contributed to the movie's demise. Insiders are speculating that not even Disney's top executives are pleased with her unfavorable reviews. The entire project was in a downward spiral due to poor ticket sales and a flurry of controversies. Studio executives may smile for the cameras, but behind closed doors, they are reportedly fed up with the criticism circling their former favorite star. Add Ben Shapiro's abrupt decision to speak up. He has a reputation for stirring things up, and this time, his huge scoop is making waves in Hollywood based on the flurry of posts and videos. Shapiro is coming forth with a major disclosure. Sydney Sweeney is taking over, which means that the actress who gained fame from her breakthrough performances in edgy dramas may be the one to undo Rachel's terrible legacy. How far along are these hush-hush plans? How exactly did Sydney manage to overshadow Rachel so quickly? The answer seems to be staring us in the face. The younger generation of viewers prefers a lead who genuinely appreciates the legacy of classic fairy tales rather than someone who destroys it. With Rachel reeling from the humiliation of a failing box office, Hollywood is allegedly treating Sydney as the new face that could bring some profit and dignity back to the Snow White name. Yes, Shapiro's remarks were the catalyst that ignited this shocking rumor. Sydney Sweeney arrived on the scene with a vengeance, accumulating acting credits that demonstrated her versatility and unadulterated talent. It's hardly surprising that rumors suggest Disney executives looked at the Rachel Zegler fiasco and said, "We can't afford another flop," as she is the epitome of what Hollywood is looking for right now. Critics began to take notice when she single-handedly stole scenes in high-intensity TV dramas, and audiences fell in love with her sincerity, her knack for transformation, and her ability to portray multi-layered characters with ease. There is a common thread among these behind-the-scenes rumors that the studio either wants to move forward with an alternative version or completely recast Snow White. According to online discussion, Sydney Sweeney's fans are ecstatic because they think she embodies the ideal balance of vintage Hollywood glitz and contemporary relatability, which is much sought after. That's the real killer here. Sydney's ascension is fueling the downfall of Rachel's once promising career. Hollywood thrives on the next big thing, and the comedic part is that Sweeney's fans argue she's everything Rachel Zegler is, not humble, respectful of iconic roles, and fully aware that the audience has the final say in a film's success. If there's any truth to Ben Shapiro's so-called confirmation, it's that the secrets out Sydney Sweeney is rumored to be Disney's golden ticket. But let's be brutally clear, while Rachel was out there criticizing the older fairy tale themes, Sweeney appears poised to reinvent them in a way that captivates modern viewers without alienating fans of the original. That's what makes her stand out. She's not dismissing tradition, she's just adding a spark to it. And with every passing day, more entertainment insiders seem to be turning their backs on Rachel, pinning their hopes on Sydney. When Ben Shapiro speaks, controversy follows. Love him or hate him, the man knows how to command attention, and in the swirling rumor mill that is Hollywood gossip, he's suddenly the one forging the narrative around a brand new Snow White project. He didn't mince words either. According to various recaps of his statement, Shapiro laid it out plainly. "I've heard from multiple credible sources that Sydney Sweeney is the top contender for a new Snow White film." Cue the explosions in the comment sections across the internet. Fans took those words as gospel. After all, Shapiro isn't typically known for sensationalizing entertainment news. He's more recognized for political commentary. So, if he's bold enough to weigh in on casting rumors, people suspect there's real meat to the story. Within hours, social media was ablaze with reactions. Disney executives are likely anxious for a chance to save Snow White's reputation from irreversible harm, even though they may not acknowledge it. By respecting the essence of the fairy tale while adding new vitality, if the rumors are accurate and Sweeney is really taking the lead in a new or reimagined rendition, it might be the ideal fusion of contemporary star power and classic storytelling. Sydney might restore Snow White to her proper place on the throne. Individuals are hoping that Disney has learned its lesson. Avoid alienating your core audience and allowing the personal opinions of one actor to eclipse the magic that initially made your company a household name. Tension and rumors of a feud that could be as epic as the fairy tale itself arise when one celebrity is held responsible for ruining a billion-dollar franchise and another is portrayed as the hero. Sydney Sweeney hasn't exactly come out and denied anything. Instead, she's kept calm, leaving the door open for suspicion that she's preparing for a big announcement. Rachel Zegler has also been comparatively quiet since the disastrous box office numbers. Every social media post is scrutinized by fans and critics for hints of shade or subtext. If Rachel posts a mysterious message about resilience, some believe she is making fun of the excitement surrounding Sydney. The internet is ablaze with theories that Sydney is confirming her new role if she posts an Instagram story with a Disney theme. The tension is evident even though neither actress has publicly acknowledged the other. Hollywood thrives on drama, and executives may be encouraging this rivalry behind closed doors. Nothing sells more than a title that contrasts two up-and-coming celebrities. The storyline practically crafts itself. Sydney is the brilliant newbie that everyone loves, and Rachel is the fallen Snow White who is unable to connect with fans. Let's face it, this supposed conflict increases publicity whether it is real or staged for clicks, keeping people glued to social media waiting for the next development. That's it, then. Disney's previously faultless kingdom has a huge hole left by Rachel Zegler's botched Snow White attempt, and Sydney Sweeney is supposedly stepping up to replace it. This epic drama isn't just about two actresses competing for a role, it's about the future of Disney's entire strategy. Are they learning from their mistakes and giving fans the classic elements they crave? Or are they doubling down on controversy for the sake of headlines and hype? Ben Shapiro's confirmation lit a match, turning whispers into an all-out blaze of speculation that fans are consuming whether they love or hate the idea. For many, it feels like justice for the timeless fairy tale that Rachel allegedly disrespected. For others, it's a last-ditch effort to save face following a historic bomb at the box office. There is no doubt that the discussion of Snow White is still going strong in this story. Zegler, Rachel, one last thing comes to mind as Sydney Sweeney and the future of Disney's heritage continue to develop day by day. The focus is currently firmly on Sydney Sweeney, the rumored new face of a role that is practically a piece of American folklore. So, get ready because, if the pattern holds true, the next twist in this whirlwind of Hollywood drama will be even more outrageous. You'd better believe that we're only scratching the surface of the story and that the real revelations might be lurking just around the corner. Have we seen the last of Rachel Zegler's influence on this franchise? Or will she make a surprise comeback? Only time will tell.